This is gonna piss me off, man. Why does it do this? It's just so frustrating, bro. I just had it pop up under my old thumbnail. No way. No shot, bro. I already stopped that one. All right, whatever. It's supposed to be under Fun Friday. There we go. Fun Friday is live. There we go. What the hell? Ladies and gentlemen, we've got... I don't even know what I was saying. I don't know what that was. It just happens to me all the time. Okay. So, I'm going to get real with you guys for a second before we get started, and then we're going to have some fun. So first of all, thank you guys for postponing. Last night I was just like ready to fall asleep before the stream even started. And I want to give you guys my best always. So I was like, yeah, it's just not going to be that fun if I'm exhausted. But I have had some serious just health issues still. I kind of stopped taking my medicine for a couple weeks, and I felt so much better, and my body was responding, and I just felt kind of normal. And then because I stopped, I thought I was cool. And then on Christmas, what was it? Christmas Eve's morning at like 3 or 4 a.m., I felt pretty much a mini stroke. I didn't actually have the full one, like go to the hospital, but just the numbness, everything was getting there. And so I've had to kind of pace myself a lot. I also want to reiterate, this has nothing to do with stress and the cases and any of this stuff. I just want you guys to kind of know where I'm at. And because, you know, it's unfortunate. You know, I don't talk about it a lot because I don't know, it's just a hard topic. It's a hard topic to really jump into, to like admit how much it affects your body and your mind. So that's kind of where I'm at. And yeah, there's just a constant fear of like, what if I do the wrong thing and then I have like a full-blown stroke and then it just changes your life, or you die. So I hate to start our Fun Friday that way. I just want you guys to have context. I haven't brought this up a lot because I just don't want to make it, I don't want to talk about sad stuff or like hard stuff in that way right now. But I also just want there to be clarity here and kind of where just I'm at as a person. Nothing like this is pushing me too hard. It's just like, I think last night I was just exhausted. Like I'm just extra tired and my body's just ready for more and more rest, especially just at night. So that's where I'm at, but I have been okay and been trying to take care of myself. And I think I might have to take these antifungals possibly forever. What happened was, real quick, I guess I'll just finish this part because we haven't talked about it in a while. Wow, my head's getting cut off. This might be a lifelong thing for me, unfortunately. And what I think is happening right now is that it went so untreated for so long that it just really got into my entire body. So it's not fun. And Kelsey's been doing a lot of research in it, and it basically shows that it went from valley fever, which was the worst sickness I've ever had. And it went from valley fever and then went into my bloodstream, into my bones, into my brain, into the meninges, just spread everywhere. And then now it's like, if I don't take that medication, I start to stroke out. Like I just feel it. My body gets numb. And the medicine itself has a lot of side effects as well, which one being like, I don't know, gained 25 pounds or something like that in, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I mean, I jumped 10 pounds in 3 days just taking it. I just hold water. It just makes me hot and just a horrible situation. So it's like there's no winning. You either take the medication and deal with all the repercussions of how your body feels and it like destroys your liver and you deal with that, or you just don't take it and then think you're fine and then start feeling bad again. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to have an update. We're jumping into our fun now. I promise I don't want to be depressing out here. I pulled up, I here's the thing. We've been doing all this real case work. If we do some non-real case work, maybe we'll have fun. So why don't you guys let me know? We'll do at least one round. Rubby has been gone for a long time. Okay. Rubby has not been around. He took a hiatus for IPS. You know, it was the holidays. Rubby had to take a break and, you know, he had to slow it down. He had to go on vacation. You know, he was over in Bora Bora and He was living his life. So Rubby's got to get back to work. I've got 3 options for us today, and I want you guys to let me know what you want to do. Okay? Rubby is back, Miss Woozy. Hold on, should I get my Clara shirt? How do I not wear the Clara shirt? Hold on. Frick this. Give me 1 second. You guys pick a top. I'm going to get my Clara shirt. I know exactly where it is. Okay. I'm quicker than a hurry. Look at this. Get the frick out the way, chair. Sheesh. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's a nice shirt. All right. Rubby's back in the house, baby. IPS. Man, I don't even know where my badge is. All right, we've got multiple options here, okay? Neighbor who never existed. A woman reports... Nope, that's scary. The last voicemail. A man goes missing. His phone found smashed, but the voicemail remains. Time-stamped after his disappearance. Oh, boy. No, don't tell me the twist options. You choose. This is the only thing I don't like. They're trying to get me here. The disappearing wife. No, thank you. All right. I kind of like room 417. Multiple guests at a roadside motel report the exact. Nope. Not scary. What the hell? What is this? Freaking Black Bride time? Let's just do, I got to give her a better prompt. Let's say, slow it down. Slow it down. Nothing scary. Jerk. Scatty. Nothing scary. How could you possibly do this to me? Yeah. Just adrenaline. I don't want scary stuff. The missing mug. Anonymous thank you notes. The dog that wasn't lost and the repeating stranger. Okay. I'm gonna tell it. I gotta be very specific. You pick a case. Okay, and we'll tell it to. Rubby is back in action. Okay. In action. And make it full of clues. There you go. Let's go. Whatever she gives us, we're doing it. Rubby approved. Okay, here we go. Come on, stop giving me all this stuff. Stop dropping clues. Just do it. Hold on. I'm not doing this. I don't want you to tell me how to do it. Okay, start the case. Stop telling me all this crap. Here we go. Oh, baby, I'm ready. Why my head so cut off? All right, Rubby is here. The playlist. It starts simple. A shared playlist, nothing special, just friends. They call it the late night drives. Songs you play when the road is empty and your thoughts are loud. At first, everyone used it. Then life happened. People got busy, job changed, and group chats slowed down. Eventually, someone said it out loud. Does anyone use the playlist anymore? No one answered. Oh, boy. And that should have been the end of it. Clue 1. A week later, a new song appears. No notification, no message in the group chat. Just a song. Added at 11:53 p.m. No one claims it. Most people shrug it off. And algorithm do weird things, right? Here's the clue 2. But then it happens again and again. Every new songs appear. Late at night, always on a weekday. Okay. I don't like this. I'm getting Black Bride goosebumps. You know what? And someone randomly played the Black Bride song in a YouTube video I played the other day, and it made frick this, bro. I'm not even gonna pull it up. I'm not even gonna show it to you guys. You guys can research it for yourself. I don't like this. All right, not random. quietly consistent. Someone's in our group putting music. The songs themselves, you read the titles. They're not hype songs. They're not sad. They're reflective. Songs about driving with the windows down, almost calling someone, being on the way but not arriving, starting over without telling anyone. I wonder if they have that song about that girl getting her driver's license and driving through the suburbs. It was played earlier that day in someone's car. Same song, same version, but no one adding it. Pause here. Before we go on. Who's in the chat? Who's awake this late? Who's in the chat? Who is in the chat? I'm catching all of this, man. I'm catching it all. The regular. They've been here forever. They mostly lurk, but when they talk, it lands. No one knows and knows everyone's history, remembers old jokes, blah, blah, blah. The late night listener always shows up after 11 p.m., usually says listening while driving. Doesn't chat much, drops one thoughtful comment near the end. They're here for the vibe, not the attention. Rubby likes this one. The logical one immediately says could be the algorithm. Wants timestamps, wants data, wants proof. But they keep watching it and something feels off. The nostalgic one says this reminds me of when. Brings up old playlists, old friends, old versions. The quiet account barely talks, but when you scroll back, they have been here every single time this playlist updates. Same timing, same window, no explanation. Rubby shifts, not alarmed, just curious. Why paw prints? One of these people knows more than what they're saying, not in a bad way, just a human way. When you're ready to ask who added the last song or who, show me the timestamp. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? This is already pissing me off. Why is my gosh dang head so cut off? I gotta sit back this far? I gotta put a little scoot. All right. Who added the last song or show me the timestamp? We know the timestamp's at 11. Who's in the chat is what I asked you. The quiet account, you didn't tell me names. Give me names of the chat. I need more information here. I'm not ready to make an assumption here. Perfect. Who's in the chat? Okay, Megan, been around for a long time, rarely types. She does it thoughtful. Everyone knows everyone's era and remembers when the playlist was first made. Okay, that's cool. Chrissy says, Colby and Kelsey, as someone who has grown to love you both and had a chronic illness, then diagnosed with cancer in October, please do what you need to for your health. If you guys ever need someone to talk to that understands, I will always be there for you. Thank you so much, Chrissy. And we're here for you too. Thank you for being a part of this community. And we've got your back in any way that we can support you. All right. Chris says things like listening while driving. Oh, that was a clue from the earlier one. You remember? It says listen. The person who always adds it was listening while driving. I'm already seeing you, Chris. Pops in late, uses lowercase, and feels things, but doesn't unpack them out loud. Chris is already my suspect. Jordan asks practical questions, wants timestamps, screenshots, logic. Not cold, just grounded, low-key, invested more than they admit. Ashley has got nostalgic energy, brings up memories casually, and then says, this song reminds me of something. Ooh, Ashley, though. And Sam is quiet, rarely chats, always is present. Username hasn't changed in years. This one's important. Why? Rubby. So why do I have paw prints by me? What the hell's going on here? All right. What do you guys want to do? So now you can say, all right, so Megan, Chris, Jordan, Ashley, and Sam, you are all here. One of you knows something, not anything bad, just something quiet. Drop the next clue or let Sam speak. What do you guys want to do? Maybe we drop. I don't want to. Let's get Sam. Let's say, what's up, Sam? What's up, Sam? With Sam. And Sam, a guy or a girl? Okay. Sam's pattern doesn't chat much, never really has. But when you scroll back in the chat history, slowly, calmly, you notice something. Sam is always here when the playlist updates. Not all the time, not every stream, but just those nights. The late ones, the quiet ones. Small details that don't mean much. Sam never uses emojis, never reacts immediately, and usually types after someone else says something meaningful. Sam does speak, it's short. Yeah, that makes sense, I get that. Not adding, not arguing, agreeing. The timestamp thing. Sam's messages tend to land around 11:50, 12:03, or 12:11 a.m. sound familiar? Don't think that I'm gonna follow you. I know who it is. It's freaking it's this guy. It's Chris. It's Chris. I know it's Chris. The questions no one asks is, no one ever asks Sam directly, are you the one adding the songs? Because nothing about Sam feels sneaky. Sam feels tired, gentle, present. Like someone who shows up not to be seen, but because they just don't want to be alone. Ruby. Is that Ruby? What happened? And oh, so Ruby's in here now? I thought I was Rubby and you turn it into Ruby. I'm not Ruby. Gosh, you can't get a gosh dang thing right. So I guess it's Ruby. Because now it says her. Why is Ruby a cat? What the hell is happening? And one more thing. Earlier in the stream, Sam typed, some playlists are easier than talking. It went by fast, almost missed, not following up, just no explanation. What's up with Sam? Not guilt, not secrecy, just someone who needs the playlist, even after everyone else has moved on. And maybe they didn't want it to be the only one listening. If you want. No. I'm going to say what's up to Chris. I'm not Ruby. This is just out of control. This is out of control. What's up with Chris? Bad vibes. That guy gives me bad vibes. Freaking Ruby now. What's up with Chris? Yes, he does. Chris does give me bad vibes. The first tell, how Chris enters. Chris always joins some sort of version of listening while driving, on the road tonight, got this one in the background. He's always on, he's always listening, and he's vague. It's him. Always moving, passing through, that matters. The second tell, what Chris never says. Chris never talks about home, talks about where they're going, and talks about who they're with. It's all in motion, no destination. That's not creepy, that's avoidant. Yeah, I got you sniped, brother. The third tell, the tone shift. When the playlist comes up, Chris changes. Earlier, there are casual, dry humor one-liners. But then when someone mentions late nights or music helping, Chris goes quiet or says something like, yeah, that tracks. Not curious, not probing. Like they already understand. And the fourth tell, the deflection. When Jordan starts talking logic, timestamps, and devices, Chris is the first to say, probably just Spotify being weird. Boom! Sniped. It's Chris. That's important. People who feel unsafe run, or people who feel exposed minimize. So what's actually going on? Here's the gentle truth. Chris isn't hiding what is happening. Chris is hiding why it hits close. Chris isn't adding songs. Chris isn't watching Sam. Chris recognizes behavior. Late drives, music instead of conversation, being present without being seen. Chris has been there before. Ruby. Who the hell is Ruby? Ruby doesn't tense around Chris. No alert, no stiff posture. Just a long look, then a sigh, then empathy, not warning. The real read. Chris gives bad vibes because they know the feeling. They don't want to talk about it, and they don't want Sam called out. A damn lie. That's a damn lie. Sam's too obvious to me. Sam's the guy that everybody... Let's go back up. We got Megan, Chris, Jordan, Ashley, Sam, and apparently Ruby. Frick Ruby. It must have thought I meant I'm Ruby. Okay. Megan, don't feel bad about her. Ashley, though, this whole vague thing. Oh man, Ashley's getting me. Hold on. I'm having a real pickle here. I'm calling in a hotline here.
Hello?
Hey, I need help.
What?
I've got 5 suspects here on the docket here for IPS. Megan, Chris, Jordan, Ashley, Sam, and apparently Ruby. What are you feeling here?
I don't know. I'm not much help.
Look, your IPS's main person I'm calling. Can you please just put in some kind of help here?
Well, I actually am, on vacation. And I can't help you with this.
All right, thanks. Yeah, that sucked. That was the worst call. If this was want to be a millionaire, I would have not got the money. All right, so we're on our own. Oh man, IPS Colby. Ashley's getting me because this reminds me of something. Is really getting me to think that they are vague with their feelings, so they always put in one thing, and they say things like, "This makes me think of this." It's not a clear answer. So Ashley's on the docket again for me. I don't care about Megan. I think Chris is the one. I think Jordan is trying to figure it out. I think Sam's too obvious, and I don't even know who Ruby is. So it's Ashley or Chris. Oh, man. What do you guys want to do? You know what? Who made the playlist? Like, I like that. I like just a copy paste here. Who made the playlist? Let's do that. Paste. I likes this. I likes this. Megan finally types. I think Sam did. There's no confidence in it, just a memory. Ashley follows up. I remember Sam naming it. Jordan adds the tracks. Sam always made the playlist. No one argues, and Sam doesn't say anything. The detail matters. Someone scrolls further back, way back, old chat logs, old screenshots, the very first message where the playlist is mentioned. It reads, I made the playlist for late night drives if anyone wants it. Not our playlist, not group playlist, just if anyone wants it. So it's Sam's original playlist. Now don't get too excited. Sam's too obvious. He's too obvious. He's too clean. It's too obvious to be Sam. I'm telling you. And why does this even matter? There's no crime to solve here for IPS. Why do I give two craps who added a song to a damn playlist? What this tells us, this was never meant to be a group project. It was an offer, a quiet one. Sam didn't create it to be seen. They created it because they were already driving late and thought that maybe someone else was too. Chris types after a long silence. Chris finally says, I forgot about that. It's Chris. I'm telling you, it's Chris. Is Ruby a cat? I think Ruby's a damn cat. No emoji, no follow-up. And then Ruby moment. Ruby stretches, lays her head down again. No tension, just recognition. Whatever the hell that means. The shift. Now the playlist updating doesn't feel mysterious. It feels consistent. Sam didn't keep using it after everyone stopped. Sam was the only one who never stopped. The others just visited for a while. Yeah, but how would you notice every day that it's being updated? And why is it a big deal? We need to get to the bottom of this. Why did everyone stop using it, or what changed the update started feeling noticeable? We're still on the way here. Don't play me right now. When it changed, the update started feeling noticeable. No accusation, just curiosity. The first response, Ashley answers first. I think we just weren't all there anymore. Not dramatic, just honest. Timing shift. When people look back, they notice something subtle. The playlist didn't start feeling noticeable when the songs changed. It started feeling noticeable when the chat went quiet. Fewer inside jokes, fewer late replies, more sorry I missed this messages. The playlist didn't get louder. The group got quieter. Then the week everything shifted. Jordan points it out. It lines up when Chris changed jobs. Boom! That's called sniped. Telling you, it's freaking Chris. Chris used to be around more than suddenly. Late night drives, longer drives, less talking. Finally, opens a crack. Chris types, I didn't realize it stood out. Then a pause. I thought everyone muted it. That's a tell. Chris assumed the silence meant the disinterest, not absence. Sam speaks just once. It only felt weird when people stopped reacting. That's it. No guilt, no sadness, just that. It actually changed. The playlist didn't become strange. It kept updating. It became strange because it was the only thing still moving. It was the only sign that someone was still checking in. When everyone else slowed down, motion stood out. Ruby doesn't move. That's your sign. Nothing wrong here, just unspoken. Who the hell is Ruby Cat? I don't like this. Sometimes you can close. No, I don't want to close it. It's Chris. This is the end of this one. It's Chris, isn't it? Are you ready for the big reveal? It's Chris. Yeah, it's Chris. Chris is the only one adding songs, though. What actually happened with Chris? When Chris life shifted, new job, later hours, more driving, the playlist stopped being in the background. Chris was driving more, talking less, listening, and sharing. So when the playlist updated, it hit closer, not because Chris was doing something wrong, but just Chris recognized something in himself. You know what? Was this the whole case? Did I just come out of effing vacation into 2026 as the leader of the International Protection Service so I could figure out who was adding music to a Spotify playlist? I don't feel accomplished at all. We didn't do our job today. Let's regroup and try something different. Okay. Raise the stakes here. All right, let's up the stakes here. Let's go with a case that is not about Spotify playlists. What should we say? Let's go with a case that is better. I don't know. It was Chris, man. I told you it was Chris from the beginning. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're just going with what it tells us. We're not going to pick one today. All right. All right. Hold on. Let me call up my PS here. Yeah. Yeah, we got case file number 002. Okay. Thanks. All right. Here we go. Who knows what happened with Sam? All right, here we go. The setup, it's a normal Tuesday, small town, nothing special is happening except for one thing. At 8:42 a.m., every single person in town receives the same notifications. Attendance record, thank you. No app, no sender, just that. What? Kids at school, adults, retirees, people driving, people asleep. Different phones, different carriers, same message, same time. The word attendance, no location, no check-in, no verification. The word sticks. Attendance implies a list, an expectation, something that could be missed. But no one remembers agreeing to anything. The place that didn't get it, one place in town didn't receive the message. The public library, not the building with the people inside it. Everyone else did. What the hell? What changed after? Nothing obvious. But over the next week, a woman gets approved for a loan. She was denied twice. A man gets called for a job interview he never applied for. A student is dropped off from a class they swear they attended. Someone receives a refund for something they don't remember buying. No errors, no glitches, just quiet corrections. Well, that doesn't make sense. That would be a glitch. Clue 5, the second message, 7 days later. Only some people receive this one. Attendance, discrepancy noted. No explanation, no follow-up, just that. What the hell is happening? The core question. This isn't a who did it case. This is a why does it exist? Who shows up, who opts out, who disappears quietly? Okay, what do you guys think? I don't know what the hell's going on. People at the library didn't get it. The whole town. How big is the town? How many people? Everyone got this notification except for people. Man, frick this. Everyone in the town got it except for the people at the library. So the library is obviously the place who sent it, which means that there's some kind of mandatory meeting or an accounting for. Okay, how many people are in the town? People are in the town. Whoa! 9,200 people. That's a lot. Not big, not tiny. You don't know everyone, but you recognize most faces. When something happens, it spreads fast. It's not a rounded number. It's not a census clean. No one chose this number. It was a target. It was a count. Attendance was estimated. It was taken. No duplicates, no missed phones, no extras. Even the phones were powered off in airplane mode and out of service range. Okay, so we got some... Whoa, we got some... I need to call Tom Cruise. This is getting to that point. Why did some people not get the text? Because once you look at who didn't get it, the rules reveal themselves. Short answer, they weren't excluded by accident. They were excluded by definition. Who didn't get the message? The town compared notes. The pattern emerged. The people who did not receive the text were inside the public library, inside the historical archive room, one person asleep in a parked car outside of town limits, and one elderly man who has been declared legally present but hasn't left his house in years. What the hell's happening right now? Who's taking attendance? What they all had in common. They were all somewhere that did not generate data, not offline, not disconnected, just unmeasured. The library's archive room, no Wi-Fi, no cameras, no checkout scans, no recent log activity. The man at home, no recent purchases, no local pings, no digital participation. The person outside of town limits physically present nearby but not accounted for as part of the system. Yeah, but why were people getting in airplane mode if their phone was off? Airplane mode is out of range. I don't understand this. The realization attendance wasn't taken based off of where the people were. It was taken on based on participation. Who generated signals, left traces shows up in the system that expect engagement. The text didn't say you were located. It said attendance recorded. That's why there's higher stakes, because attendance usually means you are expected, you are tracked over time, or at some point absence matters. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's like, why, if you're present, like school, you take attendance, you have to know that you're there. This is nuts. Ruby check. Ruby finally lifts her head, not alarmed, just attentive. This is the moment where the king. What the hell is Ruby doing? Is Ruby a cat? Why is my head always down if I'm Ruby? I just lift my head. I'm fine. And then I go back to sleep. Frick this. Okay. What do you guys think? I need your help on this last part. So the attendance has to do with being traceable. That is what this is coming for, right? Apparently, if you're in a room that couldn't receive a lot of data from your phone itself, then you did not get this text. But most people did. So if you were not traceable online, then you didn't get the text. So how do we trace back what this means, who sent the text, and who's taking the attendance? And what happens if you miss attendance, or what happens if you were not accounted for? You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, yeah, there's a good question. Let's just ask this, because why would I waste my time? Why? What happens if someone misses attendance? This is intense. Okay, because somebody already has. The first missed day, 3 weeks after the original message happened, same time, same wording, attendance recorded, thank you. But this time, they are one short. No alert, no error report. Most people didn't even notice, except Megan does. Oh, Megan's back because Tom didn't get it. Who's Tom? He's an ordinary 40-year-old who works at a utilities office. Always early, always polite, never misses work. The kind of person you don't describe with stories, just routine. Tom notices he didn't get the text because he's the kind of person who notices systems. Day after, nothing dramatic, but his badge takes a second longer to scan. His email syncs late, and his calendar showing a meeting he never schedules. Small friction, the kind of blame on tech. Day 3, Tom goes to lunch at the same place he's gone for years. Cashier says, sorry, your discount didn't apply. Tom laughs it off, but the discount wasn't a coupon. It was automatic. Day 5, Tom checks a form he submitted months ago. His name is still there, but one field has changed. Status, pending verification. He did not submit anything new. No one contacted him. The pattern, people start looking closer. Everyone who misses attendance experiences the same thing. Not punishment, not removal, just downgrading. Slower processing, fewer assumptions, more checks, less priority. This is like the system is saying, we're not sure you're still here. What? Attendance isn't about presence. It's about, oh my gosh. So it's somebody's counting something. Look, Ruby doesn't bark, doesn't tense. Ruby is a damn dog. They made me a dog. I don't understand this. I okay. I don't care about Tom. Who decides what counts as exactly? That's what I'm trying to get to. We're trying to figure out who is sending these messages and why it matters. That's all that matters. Look, if Tom's a casualty, that's just, I gotta use it. I gotta watch what he's doing. And apparently Rubby's a dog. So, okay. Who decides as count? First, everyone assumes there must be someone, a company, a mayor, or a contractor, a face, or a signature. This isn't it. Presence isn't decided by a municipal system, but the town approved years ago, quietly in pieces. Not one vote, not one meeting. A stack of small, sensible decisions. The system's name. Buried in old council notes, Megan finds it. Who the hell is Megan? Civic Sync. It wasn't built to track people. It was built to reduce friction. Shorter lines, faster approvals, automatic eligibility, and fewer forms. It worked by assuming this one simple rule. If someone is consistently generating signals, they're present. No one objected. Why would they? How the civic sync defines presence, not location, not identity, but participation. You're counted as present over time if you use the services, interact with systems, and show predictability and continuity. Presence isn't about being somewhere, it's about being legible. Why the library matters. The library archive room sits outside the civic sync's inputs. No scans, no pings, no metrics. People inside aren't absent. They're readable. The civic sync doesn't know how to count what it can't read. The chilling line, Jordan and Megan are back. Jordan reads out one of the lines from the documentations. Presence is inferred through sustained engagement across the civic touchpoints. No malice, no threat, just logic taken too far. What this means is that no one decides presence day by day. The system is assuming continually until it can't. Missing attendance once, you are an anomaly. Miss it twice, you're uncertain. Miss it 3 times, you're still alive, still real, but no longer assumed. Here comes the dog. The dog's not alarmed, just alert. Stupid ass dog, doesn't do anything. Okay, let's dive into civic sync. So is civic sync AI or being run by a person? You can't just pass a law or pass a system like that. All right, so here's what's going on. We're in a little town, 9,200 something people. Now we found out there's some system that the government agreed to that will watch your activity means you are accounted for in their system. So the more you use your phone, the more you move, the more you use your maps, whatever you do on your phone, the system now is pinging you as a citizen of the town. If you are outside of that jurisdiction of the town, then you don't count technically. That's why if you miss the text, it's basically saying we're not reading the movements that causes us to give a census or an attendance, right? But it's technically a census because it's constantly watching how many people are there. Right now, we are jumping into what civic sync is, and we're trying to figure out why, because it was approved by the government to use in that town. So everyone's being watched by this civic sync. Now we're diving into what the hell is civic sync and what it is. We don't know what it is. That's the question that we're facing here. All right, here we go. Civic sync is actually a hybrid system, not one single operator, no live human making decisions, no conscious AI thinking about people. It rules an engine and learns thresholds, built by humans, maintained by humans, but not actively steered by them. Why does this matter? Why does this matter? That's all I care about. Humans originally told things like if someone's consistently using city services, assume eligibility. If someone's up interacting, flag for review, reduce friction and consistent participants. It infers the pattern continues to assume presence. If the pattern breaks, introduce friction. That's it. Here's the key. Civic sync was never supposed to notify people. Attendance was the internal variable. The first text wasn't a feature. This was a leak, a debug message that escaped containment. The system won't warn anyone. It just exposed itself. Oh, so it's a secret thing. Why it's worse than AI. I don't like when AI tells me things are worse than AI. I'm getting freaking scared. If you were a person, you could argue, could appeal, and you could explain. If the sentient AI, you could shut it down, you could blame it. But this is an automation without accountability. Everyone assumes someone else is in charge. No one actually is. Ruby just doesn't growl. She sits down to relax. She sits because this isn't a threat you run from. It's a system you slowly realize you're already inside. What the hell is a dog gonna do? Ruby, you sit down. Be humble. All right. Is Civic Sync AR human? Ooh, what do you guys think? We could say, can we turn it off? Why does this matter? I'm just trying to figure out why it matters. Okay, so it's a leak in the system. We get that. We go in there, we shut down the system. Is there a robot that's going to come out and turn into Ultron and put the Infinity Stones in its brain? I'm just trying to figure out what the threat is. Because this is like it's basically a computer system run amok, okay? Running around, doing a hookah of everything. Okay. What is Civic Sync? Oh, whoops. Civic Sync. Okay, I don't know how to ask this question. So now we know it's a leak in their own system. Is Civic Sync a threat? Can it think? I should put a question mark here, and I get rid of the comma. I understand Grammarly. Total prick. Okay, so here's where we're at. We're trying to figure out if Civic Sync is a computer system that is literally running this whole secret operation, right? Civic Sync is either an AI system or a computer system that is tracking you consistently. And what happened is it leaked itself onto the phones and told everybody that it was watching you. It wasn't supposed to do that, which means it went rogue. And now we're trying to figure out why it went rogue and what happened to it. Because now it's at this point where it's going to start causing a lot more problems. It has no consciousness, no awareness, no intentions. It does not wonder, does not choose, it does not plan. If you think about it, it applies rules at scale. What Civic Sync actually does, it's an automating assumption engine. It takes past behaviors, says this pattern means present, it means absent. Why does that matter? So is it a threat? It's not a target, it doesn't intend harm. It replaces human recognition with pattern confidence and removes the moment where they ask, hey, are you okay? I don't give a frick. It's dangerous because it doesn't stop itself and say, this feels wrong. It will never notice grief, burnout, illness, withdrawal, quiet opting out. Here comes Ruby. Ruby isn't afraid of Civic Sync. She's wary of what will happen when. The damn dog is not worried about anything. All right. I'm going to unplug it and I'm going to call it. I'm going to unplug it. And that will end this whole thing. No alarm, no blackout, no dramatic shutdown screen. It's everywhere it's already touched. Unplug doesn't erase the decisions that were cached, synced, assumed, and built into other systems. You don't end the system, you just stop the updates. The immediate effect. New attendance message stops. There's no discrepancy notes. The system freezes as last known assumptions. People are still marked present, stay trusted, and others are marked unassuming. People are downgraded, stay there. No correction, no recovery. The line that lands, Jordan says it loudly. It's not running, it's changing it. It can't change its mind, but when it clicks, Civic Sync's never decided anything. It only ever updated. Okay. The system was evil. Man, frick this. This was the worst two rubby cases of all time. And I never want to run on ChatGPT to do this thing again, man. That was ridiculous. Well, why? So I had to figure out why a system was marking people, and then I had to figure out who was adding music to a playlist because I didn't want to go paranormal with it. So it thought that I wanted to downgrade to the point where I wanted to figure out why a system was counting people by their online activity, which is what most online activity is. And then I'd figure out why one friend started to add music at 11:50 a.m. to 12 a.m. Yeah, I didn't had enough of that, man. That was just ridiculous. Okay, do you guys want to do anything else? We got a little bit longer we can go. I love when we just hang out, man. Sometimes it's nice to just not feel like we have to watch something hard or like go through something. I mean, I'm always like open to do that part for the healing and for the learning and the growing, but sometimes it's nice to just do something completely fun. That was the worst IPS cases. I can honestly say that made me want to retire. That made me want to retire. That was the worst two cases of all time. I don't think I've ever read anything more boring. There was no point to either one of those. I was thinking that the playlist thing was like an anonymous person, and that person was like speaking code, and we're gonna have to break the code and figure out how this person's dangerous. It was one of the friends just adding stuff in. I know, we need a funny video, bro. I was actually going through my my videos the other day. I was like, is there any good videos I could show you guys that were enjoyable? But no, there's not. There's just not like funny videos that I have, you know. We have a bunch of family vlogs, which were interesting. It's just interesting to see yourself from so long ago. Oh, thank you, Just Becky. Yeah, I've been telling you guys, you know what we could do. You don't want this. All right, hold on. I got something for you. New chat, watch this. Watch this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it on a whim. Movie is better. 1 or 2. All right, we're gonna go through this. We're gonna go do it. We're gonna do it. I don't want to hear another word from these people. I'm done. I'm done playing games with you guys. The video can still be made someday, but I'm gonna debate this with you, and there's not gonna be a question. You're gonna listen to the notes. So here we go. Frick dis. I told Kelsey I knew this was gonna start a problem. Here's what it is. Okay. I've got notes for days, so I'm gonna pull them up for you guys, and I'm gonna just discuss it, and I'm just gonna stop playing games with you. Google Docs. Here we go. Let's read what I wrote out. Okay. Wow, I got a lot of notes on this. That's a lot of notes. Where's Grease 1? I found Grease 2. Where is Grease 1? Grease. All right. Are you ready for this? I'm not playing games with you guys. I'm gonna point out everything I wrote as a movie critic for Grease 1. Are you ready? Danny promises this is just the beginning. Opening credits actually are good. Okay. Rizzo is 50 years old. Okay. She's 50 years old. She's not a damn teenager. So everybody slow it down. I wrote 3 major breakdowns. I'm going to do the characters and supporting cast. I'm going to rate the plot, and I'm going to rate the music. And then I said there's another 50-year-old high school, the guy named Sonny. I don't care about the T-Birds. Okay. Don't care about him at all. Danny, question mark. Is he a badass? Question mark. And then I said, not even with a cigarette. He just doesn't come off like a freaking badass to me. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. And if you see Michael, look, Michael rides his motorcycle, and we'll get to Michael. Michael's a whole nother thing. He immediately lies about the beach time. So first thing he does is deny what he did at the beach. And first thing he does, he says he hooked up with Sandy. He's like, oh, yeah, I got with Sandy. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Okay. Frenchie's my favorite. I'll give her credit. I like Frenchie in this movie. She's my favorite of everybody else. Okay. The pink ladies. They're not cool, and Rizzo's sunglasses are too big. That's what I wrote. Sandy, she's nice. I said, poor Eugene, he can't get a break. He's also in Grease 2. Kelsey didn't believe me, but Eugene is in the second one as well. They immediately tell you the main, basically the plot of the movie to me is that they're going to go to a high school dance and be on TV. That's what it feels like the plot is almost the entire time. Like that's your A plot. The entire time it's just high school life, but like the thing you're waiting for them to do is like go to this dance, and it's just like the tension between the characters. But for me, it's not a grabbing thing for me. Okay. Just saying. The pink ladies annoy me. They're not charming. That's what I wrote. I said, I like Sandy, but she shouldn't be with these mean super seniors. Like Sandy's just the entire time Sandy is in here and she's living her life. She's getting just ragged on. She doesn't have a chance. They're so mean to her, and I'm not a fan of it. Okay. Okay. Let me get back to it. Patty Simcox, a lot to deal with. I don't remember who that is, but I wrote that. This was while watching the movie. I was typing these notes. Okay. What do these T-birds do? Like, what is their purpose? And I guess my point was they're all kind of just side characters. And then you have the really old guy. Hold on. I'm going to show you Grease cast. I'm going to show you who I'm talking about. What the hell? What the frick? Why does it do that, bro? All right. This is ridiculous. Why does it do this? All right. I don't know why it's doing this. It just always goes off. There we go. There we go. Here we go. It's so ridiculous. All right. Grease cast. Enter. There we go. Let's go to the cast. Oh, it's a crappy cast. Frick out the way sponsored. All right. Well, that's not very helpful to see him in a tiny, tiny little thing. That did not help me in life. Maybe you'll show me more pictures here. All right, there we go. It's maybe a little better. There we go. Okay. Rizzo, all these people. Okay, let's go through it. That's not really helpful now, but here we go. I said, Summer Lovin', great song. I'll give it credit. Great song. Great song, okay? And then Danny, what does he tell his friends? Always lying. He's just a liar. Why the F you lying? Okay? You got some Melanie Gibb action going on. You're a liar. Okay? I'm going to judge Danny's dancing. Okay? Danny's dancing wobbly. It's like all his legs are just like his knees like to touch, and he's just very wiggly. I don't know about that. But I still like him, so calm down. The giggling while he combs his hair. Musicals always make me wonder what is happening in life, because they're just like, they're so over the top, you know, just like 1 minute there's there and they're just over, they just bust out into song in the middle of nowhere. It just doesn't happen. All right. That's all I'm saying. You ready for this? Sandy opens up to the group and they know that Danny, and they just leave her and they don't tell her that they all know him or anything. F the pink ladies. Yeah. So they basically pretend like they don't know. They act like they don't know. I'm giving you my point. Okay. I'm telling you why. Everybody prefers Grease 1. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's great. If you haven't seen Grease 2, then you can't. Okay. Frick this, chat GBT. Songs aren't as memorable. Please. That's a lie. Story feels sillier and less grounded. Get the frick out of here. What's more grounded than a man chasing his woman? Let's just compare Danny. Frick all my notes. Compare Danny and compare Michael. Okay? Here's Michael. That's a pretty cool guy. He's got a motorcycle. He went from being a nerdy guy, just a homework doing guy. They make him seem like he's like one of those classic nerds who's just like not nerdy, but like, you know what I mean? Like just into his studies, doesn't really do anything. He learns how to ride a motorcycle and he's trying to be a bad A for his girl. What does Danny do? He blows his girl off. He loves her the whole time. He's roasting her. He gets mad when she's with other guys. He tries to change himself and turn into an athlete so that way he can get the girl. But then when she actually gives him a chance, he's always rude. Come on. Michael pursues his girl the whole time, and he's helping her with her homework. And he's the classic guy who goes from, you know, like unseen to so cool. Are you cool writer or Team Grease Light? And I'm a cool writer, all caps. Writer. Okay, don't ever talk to me like that, ChatGPT. Yeah, supremacy. Thank you. Michelle Pfeiffer carried the movie. The leather fit. I don't care about any of this. Let's see what they say. Yeah, whatever. Let's see what it just basically says. Most people like this one. Listen, your main character guy is a good dancer, but he's a prick. He blows off his girl the whole time. Everybody's 55 years old or plus, and they're supposed to be in high school. They did not cast it well. In the next movie, they're all at least within range. I'll give them a little bit more credit. And the same people who made Grease 1 made Grease 2. So why are you guys hating on it? Why are you hating on it? It's your people who made it. They wanted a sequel. And let's also bring it back to one point. Sandy, or what's his name? Michael is Sandy's cousin. So we're following a family line here. We go back to Rydell High. We got the same principle. Now look, I think overall, Danny's a better character. I'll give you that. Danny is a better lead, and he's a better character. Now, if you would have taken Danny and Michelle Pfeiffer, then you've got fire. Now it's over. That would have been the perfect movie. But Grease 2 is way more aggressive. It's way more sexualized. I'll be honest. It is. It's unnecessary how much more it is. I think they're trying to make it fit with the times. But it is also more, for me, the plot for me makes more sense overall. And then we got to address one thing. Guess what happens with Michael and Michelle Pfeiffer at the end of the movie? They don't fly up into the sky. I'll tell you that much. They don't get in a car and just float away together. In Kanicki's car, by the way. It's not even Danny's car. So you guys want to talk? We can't. We can't talk. We can't have that discussion because you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear the reality here. And I like how Michael pursues his girl and he becomes like the superhero. How about that? He becomes like a superhero. He puts on his helmet, he gets on his bike. She doesn't know it's him. It's a great day. It's a great day. So that's all I'm going to say. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I have notes on notes on notes. Kelsey said she doesn't want to hear the notes. Fine. Forget the notes. Here's the reality. Danny's a better character and an actor. The movie in the beginning is frustrating. And then they finally go to the dance. And then finally at the very end, she shows up. But in the Grease 2, you have Michael working the whole time to get his girl. There's a whole plot. And it slowly builds up to the end. That's all I'm saying. And there's nothing left to say about it. There's really nothing left to say about it. I mean, and you're going to sit here, Kelsey, and talk about how Grease 1's better. And the reality being, Michelle Pfeiffer would dominate Olivia. Michael's not better than Danny. Just the truth. But if you take the T-Birds, second movie better. The lead T-Bird in that sings one of my favorite songs. Okay? I mean, they're all on motorcycles. Michelle's better than Sandy. Sorry to tell you that. Michelle does laps around Sandy. There's no Rizzo. I couldn't care less. I don't want Rizzo in my film. And I don't want that girl who sings Chuck Cluck Chuck at her TV and while they're drinking wine talking about being Sandra Dee. They're just rude. They're mean girls. Frick all of them. Bunch of pricks. They're a bunch of pricks, and I wouldn't be their friend. And they're rude to Sandy for no reason. So my consensus at the end of the day, Grease 2, in a lot of ways, better. I like the music better. I wrote down every song I liked in Grease 1, and I wrote down all those songs I liked in Grease 2 in my notes, just so you guys knew I was being very clear. But I like the plot of Grease 2 better than Grease 1. Thank you guys for an amazing time and stream. Hopefully we're still friends after this one. What a Saturday. What a Saturday. Freaking Miss Woody. Hey, you can have your opinion. I'm telling you, Michelle Pfeiffer dominates Sandy any day. Any day. It's just, you're telling me that the girl comes in, oh, stud. Oh, yeah, no, you're leather. Michelle was a bad A the whole time, dog. What are we talking? What are we talking about? You can't argue this. No, frick this. I'm calling up IPS headquarters. This is not right. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, are you kidding me? You son of a frick.
Hashtag cancel Colby.
Hashtag cancel Kelsey.
Hashtag
Yeah, don't come back and don't let the door hit you on the way out, Grease 1. Yeah, you stick with your 50-year-olds. I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
I will.
Rizzo and Craterface. Really? Really? How about when Danny basically cheats on Sandy and then acts like he doesn't love her, and then she shows up at the end smoking a cigarette, which is bad for
When
you.
did Danny cheat on Sandy?
With the girl at the dance. With the girl who was doing the salsa.
Dancing with somebody else is not cheating.
Yeah, why'd she leave the dance and not talk to him until he raced for his friend at the end of the movie?
They
How
had
about
their
that?
ups and their downs.
Yeah, guess who didn't have ups and downs?
They're still the better. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer is a word that I'm not going to say out loud.
Whoa, hey, whoa. That's not true.
Yeah, she is.
Really? She wants a cool writer.
It starts with a B.
Really? She's a cool. She wants a cool writer.
And she's stuck up.
Sandy is tighter than two rocks put together.
Sweet.
She's got a stick up her butt.
Sweet.
Okay.
Sandy and Danny are both sweet.
No, Danny's a dick.
Danny
Stop.
was embarrassed about a girlfriend around his friends.
Why? Why would he be embarrassed about a girl?
Cool. He was a T-bird.
Why does that matter that he has a girlfriend? He's in high school.
He was in love with Sandy. He just had to be cool in front of his friends, but then he realized very quickly that he loved Sandy. And then he was chasing her the whole rest of the movie.
Right. So he was changing himself for her, and then she changed herself for him, and they both changed themselves just so they could both be together. But in the other movie, Michelle Pfeiffer's the same the whole time.
Colby. What did Michael Motorcycle do?
Michael Motorcycle turned into a bad A, but then he showed that he's also a smart guy.
He did what? So, wait, he did what?
Guess who didn't change themselves?
He changed himself.
Guess
for
who?
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Both of your main characters.
No?
Both of
Yes
your
or
main
no?
characters changed
Yes or
themselves
no?
for.
Yes or
Listen,
no?
listen. You're now you're not listening. I listen to your crap. You listen
I
to
am
my
listening.
crap. Listen.
I had to listen to you for 15 minutes.
That's why I called you so you could weigh in here with all your friends.
Oh, they're just my friends.
Listen, they're the Grease 1 lovers. I love them, but in this debate, they want your opinion because they all love Grease 1. Okay?
That's because it's the best movie.
Please. Listen, Michael starts out by being like, hey, I got to go get this girl. I'm going to do anything I want. This is like a guy going to get in shape. It's becoming something more. It's not becoming something different. Your guy never played sports and did everything he could to be a jock because that's who Sandy liked. And then she became a bad A in leather.
Like a jock. Danny just thought she did because she saw him.
So then why did he change himself for her and then she changed herself?
Sandy wanted someone safe. And
Really?
She was hurt by Danny, but they came back together.
Why? But then why did she? Okay, so then here's the reality.
Yeah, what?
How about at the end of the movie she shows up in all leather and a cigarette?
Yeah, because
Why'd she do that?
What Danny wanted because he's a T-bird. But
So she changed herself for him.
He wanted the real Sandy, just like Sandy wanted the real Danny.
No, they both changed.
Yeah.
He was in a Letterman's jacket and she was in leather.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't even make any sense.
I know. I just told you why.
That doesn't make sense. They both changed themselves to be together, meaning they didn't want the authentic self. They didn't want the real one.
No, they did the whole time. They were both trying to be what they thought the other person wanted, but they were really in love with each other for who they were.
Then why'd they change for each other?
Why are we just debating Grease 1? Let's move.
Okay,
to Grease
let's
2.
move to Grease 2. So Sandy's cousin comes to town. He's a nerdy guy. He does his homework, and he's doing everyone else's homework for a few bucks on the side. The whole time, Michelle's like, I need a bad A. So this guy's like, okay, I'm going to be a bad A for her because I like her. I have a crush on her. He goes out. What?
No.
What?
Michelle Pfeiffer is stuck up.
Yeah, she knows what she wants.
No.
She's a woman of passion. She's a woman of I know what I want. She's a woman of I'm not going to change what I want. I'm not going to turn into a nerdy girl because that's what my boy likes. She knows exactly what she wants. She wants a hell writer.
No, she never liked Michael for who he was.
Okay, listen. No.
Not one
No,
time
listen.
did
Yes,
she
they
like
do.
Michael for who he was.
No.
Sandy and Danny both liked each other
No.
for who they really were.
No, I know.
Yes.
Okay, but listen.
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes.
Michael never denied her. And second, you don't see the part because you always talk through and say how much you want to turn the movie off.
Desperate. He's not going to deny her. He's desperate. He's head over heels in love with her for whatever reason.
Listen.
He never liked Michael for who he was. She liked Michael on the motorcycle who was anonymous.
No, listen. They go on a date and he takes her out for a burger and she actually starts to like him, but then she doesn't want to change the fact that she's a T. See, in this second movie,
Yeah, because
listen, you don't let me finish.
Herself. She wants a very certain thing.
Yep.
And she doesn't like Michael for who he actually is.
Most people know what they want. They want a certain thing. And she didn't deny she wanted that thing. The thing is, she actually starts to like Michael because he starts to tutor her. But then she's like, oh, I'm in love with this mystery guy. Turns out it's one guy. Turns out it's all one guy.
There should have never been a Grease 2.
It's like Spider-Man kissing Mary Jane with the mask off at the end of the movie, Kelsey. It's a big moment.
No.
Yes, it is. It's exactly like that. She finds out the guy that she really thinks is sweet.
Moment. It's a laughable
What's so
moment.
laughable about the luau? He
laugh
jumps the
movie.
pool. He jumps a pool at the end of the movie.
All
What
I
did
could do
Danny
was
do?
laugh that whole movie.
Really? What did
Because it
Danny
was
do?
So ridiculous.
What did Danny do? Freaking race someone in a gutter? That was badass. He doesn't ride a motorcycle.
Cool.
And he flew away in a car that wasn't
Real cool,
his.
and he's a good-looking guy.
Okay, yeah, he's good looking, and he dances like he's got jello in his knees.
No, he's a great dancer.
No, he's not. He's flocky.
he's a great dancer.
If he was on Dancing with the Stars, I would put a 6 on it, not even a 5.
Well, good thing you're not a judge.
Well, good thing I am, because I'm the voter. He wouldn't make it through 2 rounds. I'm telling you, even if he had Whitney, he wouldn't make it through. And that's the thing.
Never been a Grease 2.
Really?
That should have never been a thing.
They made it themselves. I didn't. Did I make Grease 2? Did I go out and say, hey guys, let's rally together and make a Grease 2?
Did I say you did?
No.
I say you did?
They made it. They made it.
Yeah, that's not my point. They should have never made it.
If you did a random poll, would Michelle Pfeiffer or Sandy take by a landslide? Michelle.
What?
Michelle would take Sandy in a poll at a landslide.
Yeah, maybe in your delusional little Grease world it would, but not in real
Really?
life.
Oh yeah. No. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cancel Colby, ex-Star Warrior.
I hope she never comes back. We're looking for a new managing moderator. If you guys would like the position, it's open. We no longer have a woman by the name of Kelsey. I don't even know who that is. And there's a position open for the main moderator. Just so you guys know. Okay. Yeah, she's gone. She's gone. And that's okay. That's fine with me. I don't need her or anybody else to tell me what reigns supreme. If I could watch the movies with you and break it down as somebody who's watching a storyline, I would. Just so we're all on the same page. Oh, man. I just, and it's like, you know, let's see, user reviews. We've only got a 7.2 on Grease. Grease 2 has 4.6. Okay, so the majority is in love with the original. That's fine. That's fine. You guys be the majority. Look at these guys. I mean, there's Michael. Is he better? Look, is he better than Danny? No. But does he have a literal plot line? Yes. He has a plot line. And he doesn't fly away in a damn car at the end. Come on now. Come on now. It's not a question. It's not a question. Who wins? This is a really good movie. I think the reason this movie did so badly and most people don't like it is because the constant comparison. Come on, Daisy Duke. Let's read this. Daisy Duke, finally. We're going to read the reviews. We don't need to argue here. I think the reason this movie did so badly is that most people don't think or be thinking of as consistent comparison to the original Grease. Of course, compared to the original, it would come up short. You know what, Daisy Duke? You don't know shit. But I try to watch it not as a sequel, just as a movie by itself. I think most people would like it more. Granted, it does have some cheesy moments such as Love Will, Turn Back the Hands of Time, Number. It's nice, sweet movie. I loved it personally. Rent it, lots of fun. I do admit that the movie is beyond bad. Okay, you know what? I think I've had enough of this stream. I think I've had enough of this. Laughably bad. If I could put a comment in there. Laughably bad. So help me, I love this film. Thank you, DeFraggy. Thank you, DeFraggy. Somebody with some sense here. Dirty and disturbing. This is not good, man. What a terrible sequel to a great movie. Oh, hell. 1 of 10. If it were any more a dog, it would need a flea collar. Oh, boy. One of the worst of the 80s. Bad. Great film. Thank you. Thank you, Lobsy 2000. Bad movie. Frick you, Elephant Stew. Bring it back, childhood memories. Thank you. So bad it's good. So bad it's almost good. Back to school. Wow. Oh yeah, my high school totally broke out into songs as dance as well. Well, you're watching a musical, so calm down. Everything in this movie is a downgrade. The dog shows up on the TV from time to time. Oh gosh, worst movie ever. Okay, whoever Blonde Eyes 18 is from 2004, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. Not as bad as people think. Thanks. Worst movie ever made. Wow. Deserve a second watch, okay? Good at the time, didn't age so well. This deserves its reputation. I think I've had enough today. This went from fun Friday over on Saturday morning to hell. This is hell. I'm not changing my opinion. When I watch a movie, I'll tell you if I like it or not. It's not going to change anything to what I think. I'm not changing it. I can't. I can always tell you what I liked about the original and what I like about the second one, and I would rather watch the second one than the first one. All right, I'll catch you guys on the flippity flip. Hopefully we're still friends after this. Love you guys, man. Moderators, love you. And yeah. We are... Oh yeah, I forgot I have to block that Kelsey person right there. Yeah, she's gone. Thanks, Just Becky. There's a lot of other movies that are horrible. I think that's actually really funny. I understand that most people do not like that movie. I don't love this movie. But between the two, I get bored watching the first one. Just being honest. So, good. I hope you guys had fun, man. We had the worst cases of all time for my PS. Yeah, we're not doing that. But we will be back on Monday, finishing out some of these other things that we need to get done, which will probably be any more interviews or we got to finish the trial too. So it's going to be over very soon. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Love you guys, man. Appreciate you. And I will see you very, very soon. Thank you guys. Thank you, mods. And I'll see you guys on Monday.